everyone, this is Jackie Williams. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I want to share with you the Never Ending card. This is one that I learned many years ago and would like to revisit it with some fresh papers. So it is a square card. This one is 6 by 6 and you open it once and a second time and a third time and then back to the beginning, and it just keeps going on and on like this, and you can have different messages, different images, and different papers. Now I have made for you a free downloadable template. The link for that is in the video description, but I'd like to give you a quick demonstration. This is a great card that is actually much easier than it looks. So for this version, I'm going to start with 2 6 by 6 pieces of cardstock. You could have 2 4 by 4 or 2 5 by 5 and so on. You could certainly change up the sizes. And each one needs to be scored at 1.5 and 4.5. Basically though, if you want to change the sizes, all it is, if you divide the square into quadrants or 4, you need to score it at 1/4 and 3/4, or you could even go 1/4 and just turn it around and do 1/4. So if this were 4 by 4 inches, it would be 1 inch and 1 inch. But because it's 6 inches, it's 1.5 on both sides. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. If it was, then just stick with the 6 by 6. Then from there, we need to cut these in half. So we have scored it this way, so we want to rotate it 90 degrees. And we're going to cut it at 3 inches. And we'll do that for both. Now I have done these in 2 different colors just so you can see how the different pieces interact. However, I would suggest you get the most seamless effect if it's actually all the same color. So what you want to do is lay down 2 of the pieces where the score lines are going vertical like this. And we're going to put adhesive in the 4 corners, even though it's split apart here. We're not going to put any adhesive here. Now I think you should use something quite strong like your double-sided tape, but just for speed in the video, I'll just use my, oops, not there, seal. And you can see that I'm putting on a couple of lines. So you actually could have it almost to about halfway down. Okay, now you want to line these up perfectly. So it's actually probably better if you don't sort of pre-fold them like I did. And then we'll take the second pieces, and this time we're going to have the score lines going horizontally. And these you'll want to line up exactly with the corners here, and then adhere that down, and then line this up with these corners and adhere that down. I see that I'm just 0.5 millimeter off, but it should still work. But you want to be as exact as you can get it. Now, because we haven't pre-folded these lines, we'll need to open it through once and get the creases folded as we go. So the first fold is going to be this way. And we'll just go through and press those down with our bone folder. And the more you open it, of course, the easier it's going to open. And then do the same thing here. And there we go. And then we're back to the beginning. Okay, so it opens once, twice into a T sort of shape, and then you see the back, and then you see the front again. So it's actually not that hard to put together. And again, there is a downloadable template with some simple instructions for the basic foundation of this card. So please feel free to download that. So now I want to share with you some finished samples. But actually first I just want to mention that because you are opening it and manipulating it, there's 2 things. You don't want to have too much height on any of the layers because it won't sit nicely or fold nicely. And also for the same reason, You don't want to have any shapes that go over the crease lines or even over the breaks in the cardstock, because as it folds and manipulates around, things will just get caught up. So you don't want, you need to keep all of the paper and embellishments within each section. Okay, so this first sample I'm going to share with you uses the Stamped with Love stamp set. This one is one that I've always really liked. And I've paired that with the Everyday Happiness Designer Series paper featuring Pool Party and Wild Wheat. And then I've just colored in that adorable post box. Okay, so you'll see that even though I have these shapes running across, I've actually cut them because it won't work if they are whole right across that break. Okay, then I open it up and see more of the paper and a third print and another stamp, and then open that up again and you'll see more of the paper, and then I just put that little cute little stamp on the back. Okay, now I do have this up on dimensionals, but it's just one layer of dimensionals, so it's nothing too layered, and all the rest of the layers in here are flat, so it still works. Then our next sample uses the Delightful Wishes. This is the one that has the yellow paper, but wanted to just show you an example where I didn't use yellow and actually did all the background in white embossing for a really elegant look. This would make a really nice wedding card, and then chose some different colors for the flowers. And then when you open this up, you've got your writing panels. And also just use this one as an example that you can see these panels here on this opening, but you also see them on this opening. So you just want to be careful of, you know, that you're don't have words that are like partially showing here, so that it looks nice even with just a portion of it showing. And then the back, and then back to the front. And again, I've got that branch running across the front, but I have cut it where it breaks, so it works nicely. And then my last sample uses the Sunrise Sailing stamp, die, and embossing folder set. This one will come out with the May 2025 catalog. And I've used that also with the new cloud cover cardstock. So you can see what that color looks like. Okay, this one, I liked the combination of the real red with that gray blue color. There we go, and in the back, and then back to the front. There are my samples to share with you and hopefully inspire you to give this a go. This is one that I think is quite fun to give, and it's actually pretty easy to do. So have fun with that, download the template. Please leave me a comment, and of course subscribe. This is Jackie Williams, and I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.